Yo, yo. Yo, 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 yo. What up, fam? How y'all doing tonight? Trying to get the situation going for letting the beat build for tonight's discussion. Tonight's discussion is going to be real interesting. I want to show how pop culture and sayings can change the course of our culture, but it's just smart. I created an acronym called S.M.A.R, Social Media Ash Response. Let me get a jam going and let the beat build. My homegirl Demetria supposed to be coming in here. Let me post this link, invite guests, copy that link. Okay. So that's the link. If you want to come in and give your take on what the deal is, you can come in and give your take on what the deal is. Tonight we're talking about how social media has made $100,000 a year some basic shit, some simple shit that everybody want $100,000 man. And we know that a lot of black men don't make $100,000 a year. A lot of black women don't make $100,000 a year. And if we are making $100,000 a year, a lot of us are college educated and owe money to the student loan, man. So it ain't like that $100,000 a year is really a big thing. What up, Queeby?
Hey. What's
We
going
gonna
on,
get them.
everybody?
I've been trying to get them set up because I'm basically saying we had talked about, a couple of times on the post and just me and you in the inbox, how $100,000 a year, six figures has become like some normal shit. I was watching this video and the guy asked the girl, she said six figures. And he was like, how much though? She was like, six figures. He was like, well, how much six figures? Don't just say six figures, how much? She was like, 10 million. And he was like, they don't even know six figures mean how many numbers. They don't know six figures is $100,000. They're just saying it. A lot of them don't know. So the point that I'm making is, when a motherfucker make $100,000 a year in America, in the black community, they doing pretty goddamn good. Right. And that's way above average. The median income in America is like 45,000 for white people, like 20 something for black people. But when you average together, the median income is about 30 bands.
Right.
So S.M.A.R, Social Media Ash Response. That's an acronym I created a long time ago. Do you think these women, everybody really want 100 bands, or is this just a buzzword that has caught on? Like in the black community, our sisters, if square nails is the thing, we going with square nails. If long skinny nails is the thing, we going with long skinny nails. If eyelashes is the thing, we going with eyelashes. I remember sisters having thick caterpillar eyelashes. The next year they cut their eyelashes off and made them skinny and had to draw them back on. So we know that our women tend to walk, talk, act, say the same thing. They pose the same. They turn their butts to the camera, and then they have to actually look back. This is how we see our black women pose now, right?
Right.
So we know our black women are, and our black men too, but we talk about the sisters tonight, are just victims of following the trends and following the fads. These words, toxic masculinity, selective outrage, buzzwords that our community picks up. And now six figures has become one of these words.
Right.
I want to talk about tonight six figures, colorism, because there's a lot that go into this six-figure thing. It's a lot. So I done gave my little opening spiel. You give your little opening spiel, and then I'm going to take over, and we're going to have a discussion about this thing.
The six figures goes hand in hand with the high value management. And I can't tell you how many brothers I know that are only skilled in one profession that's really not going to say not needed, but most of us don't use. And they're calling themselves high value man. get stuck in a real jam with them, you're gonna see how much value they actually have. So there's this hand in hand with this six figure. I'm a country girl, so I appreciate men that actually have some type of skill, that actually know how to do something. It's a difference between being a six-figure man and a high value man to me. High value to me is somebody who I can get stuck in the woods with and be coming out of there good. So yeah, I'm with you on that. It's a whole lot of, I watched a whole lot of men jump on that because I make money now. I can get, which is funny because it goes to the colorism. I can get the woman who wouldn't date me if I didn't have any money.
The light-skinned girl or the white woman.
Right. And I can pick at
Let's be real about it. Why?
Didn't have no money.
I'm seeing on my page and on my TikTok, I made a video that went viral talking about this, and the women are saying, "Wow, so you think dark-skinned women can't get a six-figure man?" Now let's have a discussion real quick. A quote that black women say. Now, for hundreds of thousands and billions of years, our black women have said, "Why soon as a black man gets some money, he go marry a white woman or some high yellow chick?"
Right.
But then they turn around and say they want the six-figure guy. Now, which one is it? Do men that make good money marry white women and high yellow chicks? If they do, then everybody that's not white and high yellow need not be saying this. Do you understand the delusion and the double-mindedness that's going on?
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. Absolutely.
I had a friend to marry a white woman, and handsome guy. He was doing pretty good in life, making good money. He was a six-figure guy, and I was the best man at his wedding. And I was cool with his family, and his family didn't really like the fact that he was marrying a white woman. They was trying to be, but we was at the rehearsal dinner, and they was sitting on their side, won't blending with the other family, and everything was a little indifferent. So he said, "Hey man, you know how lighthearted you is." He said, "Get on the mic and say something to try to get everybody happy and da 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 together, right?"
Mm.
And so I got on the mic and I started making little jokes about what blacks and whites had in common. And then he was just like, "What's going on?" You know what I'm saying? And I made a joke. I was like, "I think the elephant in the room is they want to know why you got this good job and you married a white woman like that." And they was like, "Yeah." Like, kind of like, "Yeah, that's it." So he was like, "Okay." He took the mic. He said, "Y'all ask me." He said, "If you want to ask me, I'll tell y'all why." He was about to get on the mic and tell them why he chose to marry a white woman. Right. And they was like, "Nah, ain't no need to do that. We just trying to have it." They didn't want to hear it.
Right.
So a lot of times our brothers and sisters, we say stuff, but we don't want to hear the answer. We know men with money marry white women because a black woman will snap her neck and leave your ass and take half your fortune because y'all can't pick up where to eat tonight at. "I don't know where I want to eat tonight. I don't know where I want to eat. Come on, baby, just pick." Motherfucker, why I break up with you and take half? We know that those women, certain women in other cultures, are trained to be wives. They want to be mothers. They don't want to break their family up as fast. I'm telling you why brothers say they fuck with women from other races. You see what I'm saying? But more than anything, when a nigga get money, like you said earlier, this man has been rejected by so many beautiful shades of black his whole life.
Right.
He feels like, okay, I've earned the right to get me a trophy white woman. Kanye West said it. "I got me a trophy." So it's a situation where they feel like this white woman or this light-skinned woman is a trophy. So I'm making this to say the point that if we are all average, everybody can't have the above average man.
Right.
Or above average woman. Right. I look at high value is just a term that a fucking dude with some money threw on himself to make himself somebody other than a fucking tech nerd. Right. I mean, I'm just being real, because your value is determined by the opposite sex that wants you. So say, for example, some guys can be high value just because women like how they look. They can be a broke ass nigga with no money, no nothing. The bitch just want to be seen with him. Some guys can be valuable because, like you said, they fix stuff. You ain't never got to worry about nothing breaking down. He can go in the woods. He can hunt. Some guys are valuable for. Some women are valuable. I just think that's a word that got thrown out there. And when women started hearing high value, they started thinking six figures is the floor for being a high value, 6 figures and up.
Well, that came from Kevin Samuels,
which was some dumb shit.
well, I mean, you know, hey, that came. It was a lot.
And the brother has said so many things that my grandmother has said. So I ain't, but that motherfucker dead and gone. And our black women are poisoned with this whole 6-figure idea. And a woman that says she wants 6 figures, and you say how much you make, she be like, I make 45, I make 50. How the fuck you want a motherfucker that make double what you make?
Now, man, I can answer that, but
what makes a person who makes 50 think they qualify for a person to make 100? And why has $100,000 become the litmus test? You could be $100,000 nigga and be an Ike Turner nigga beating the shit out of a woman.
Well,
it's like they think money means character.
I don't think that's what it is, and that's where the confusion comes in. And you, like you said, we're gonna have to. I'm about to start rambling because we're gonna have to get into a whole lot of shit. That's where the polygamy comes in. That's where, like where you place value on somebody. If you're saying that, most of these men jump behind Kevin Samuels and jump behind this idea that just having money was good enough, are the same men that complain about the Pookie and the Ray and the 30% or the whatever men that are getting all of these women pregnant. And you and I had this conversation before. They're actually complaining. They're considering you are a Pookie and a Ray. We're using the arms of polygamy, but nobody wants to accept the body of it. So when it comes to the whole, they have this whole, it's a lot of trigger words going around. Patriarchy, the matriarchy, and all this other bullshit. Polygamy comes from matriarchy. I don't know if most people know that. Polygamy comes from the matriarchy. That was something we decided to do. It just made sense.
Yeah, so every woman will be straight, and y'all don't know who the goddamn kids belong to anyway. So you might as well just all be in a community.
So listen. So I listened and I literally forgot just that damn fast what you just the whole
the premise of our women being stuck with $100,000 in their head based on just some social media talk. It's not realistic, and it's fucking up the dating game because you got real people saying social media shit when they meet in real life.
Okay, I don't mean to cut you off. I've been drinking tonight. I'm apologizing tonight. I've been drinking a little bit. It's Sunday. I've been drinking.
It's all good. It's all good.
But why you're that's the point that I was getting to. When you were saying that we're buying into this 6 figures or whatever. Again, that's one of those things that we listen to men say. So the 6-figure conversation, you asking how are they gonna get this 6-figure man? How are they gonna get this man that's the man that all of us pretty much want? Y'all are doing it anyway. It's happening anyway. Again, we're using the arms of polygamy, but not the body. It's happening anyways. You're asking how do women get the 6-figure men or whatever. I don't even know what that. Again, to me, that doesn't. That money part doesn't mean anything for me. But just, I don't know whether I'm just getting lucky or whatever. That's always been a part of what's around me anyway. And most.
So let me say something real quick because you kind of lost me right there for 1 second. When you say polygamy with the arms and out the legs, you're saying that people are being polygamous anyway, not getting the full benefits of it.
Pretty much.
Okay. I thought that's where you was going, but I kind of didn't get it, but I kind of got it. So I had to clear it up and make sure.
Benefits of it, but not even accepting that that's what you're doing.
So what we have to understand right now is we have a world where average, I'm gonna be honest, let's just be honest. You have to be above average to understand the world in a different way. So say for example, and I don't call myself above average, but in school I made a fucking 1230 on the SAT my freshman year. I was a fucking athlete, superlative. I mean, we see how I look now. I ain't trying to be funny. You know what I'm saying? So I've always seen the world from the motherfucking top dog view, not no low down motherfucking nigga view. And I'm gonna be honest. Average motherfuckers didn't get to talk around me growing up. You didn't get to fucking talk to the circle of us. Average. So social media has made it a smart. If more of the world are average, you're gonna get the average mindset.
The average outcome.
Not only that, the average mindset is gonna have an opportunity to have a voice they never had before. And when they speak, they don't know they're average. They're thinking they speaking some good shit. They don't realize when they say you can't get a woman and this, that, and the other, and men are this. I'm like, I've always gotten the pick of the litter of women. Women don't bother me. Women respect me. Like you said, staying in a man's good graces. I know women that have always been suited by guys. Look at fucking Steve Harvey daughter right now. Right. That girl just young dating. You got to look like her for motherfuckers with money to come after you. So now you got an average ass person talking about which they wouldn't have never got to fucking talk in real life. Keep that in mind. The average ass person in high school or at the barbershop or the salon or in a real life party, these average motherfuckers would not have gotten to speak at all.
Comfortable doing it anyway. They wouldn't have tried to do it.
And now they're putting their mouth on things that above average people experience. So now you got a woman who has 3 kids, who's 37, who works at Walmart, saying if a nigga don't make 100,000, he can't got a chance with her. You see what I mean?
Right.
Now you got an average ass regular guy that just went to school and got a good job saying, well, I make $100,000 a year. I should receive all the benefits of the cool guy. No, brother, you are going to get gumped by a woman. When a woman don't like you, I say it all the time and people get mad at me. It's better for a woman to like you and be sexually attracted to your dick than it is for her to love you. That love shit is gonna fade away. Right. If a woman like you, think you handsome, she'll give you her money. That guy that she's not sexually attracted to and she's just fucking for money, she gonna get everything she can from him until she get tired and another motherfucking sucker gonna come along. That's why we have an entire group of people who are saying this, like you said, the passport, the high values, the blue, the red pill. I call them the incels of life. That's why you have what you're having is these guys used to get gumped by women and used to have to just cry. Now they can run to social media and say, well, these bitches did me dirty and now their backs is against the wall and they don't have this and they getting older. Never before in history could male and female voice their gripes toward each other. This is the first time in history it's been like that. I'm not talking about blacks. I'm talking about all races.
Period. Right.
Never in history. So what we have is a situation back in the day, you kind of just like, man, my bitch ain't shit, or my nigga got an attitude. Now it's like everything we see when we sit down and meet people in real life, we meet them through the lens of social media. So it's like, if I was dating you, if I was trying to date you, right? As we sit down, we send our social media representative, our S.M.A.R, social media as responses. So when I ask you, you know what I'm saying, what are you looking for in a man? You may not say, motherfucker, you fine as shit, nigga. You know what I'm saying? You may hit me with that $100,000 shit up front. I might not say to you, I like a natural woman. I like you fit. I seen that little jiggly when you went over to the window. I might not give you all the compliments and all tell you everything that I'm feeling about you because we kind of got this guard up because I can't social media. Well, let me run this shit through my social media filter. I know I've been talking a lot, and if you want to jump in, I'm just kind of taking lead because you said you was a little tipsy. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So it's not only a social media response that was going on before that, and I like to use the Steve Urkel. You ever watch Family Man? Remember Steve Urkel?
Yeah,
Remember
yeah.
Myra chasing him and he was chasing Laura? It's a lot of guys out here that are telling the story of Steve Urkel from how they dealt with Laura. They don't tell the story of how they dealt with Myra. It's a lot of dudes that, like you see, we talk about that all the time, dating on your level. It's a lot of people that treat the people that actually do want them fucked up because they're chasing something that's beyond them, which is where it comes from, this six figure and all this other bullshit. That was going on before it was actually said. People were actually doing that before then. That's how we fucked up relationships anyway.
I agree with you, but this is where I disagree a little bit. It was going on before, but you only knew it based on your 4 or 5 homegirls relationships. It's like you didn't see it. It wasn't now with social media, it's just in our face every day.
No,
Every day you open your phone.
if you were paying attention in high school, in college, and anywhere around you, on your job, anywhere in your neighborhood, you were paying attention to it. Sometimes it might have been you. There's been plenty of
That's what I'm saying. It
guys.
was it was in your circle. It was just in your regular life. Now it's in your regular life, and every time you pick your phone up, shit, we talking about it right now. It's the
Right.
number one fucking subject, always, all the time. Like, and it creates an atmosphere of kind of like if you don't have anybody, like you got somebody, I got somebody. So it's like if you don't have anybody, and all you see is relationship 100,000 toxic men, toxic women. Who needs to pay 50-50? It can make it real morbid when you really think about it. But
No,
if you got somebody, we can talk about it from a different aspect. You
that's
know
what
what I mean?
that's what I'm trying to tell you. Those dudes have always existed. Those women have always existed. Those the miserable ass people that are always fucking complaining. Those are the miserable ass men that always have drama, baby mama drama. Before the internet, they existed in your personal circle or in the mat. For me, the internet, I could turn this shit off. I couldn't turn it off when it was people around me. So for me, it's nothing new. It's just something that people have grabbed the hold to, and now they get a whole bunch of victims to agree with them. But this shit always existed. Those types
And
of
it's been monetized
on
too,
them.
like
No, let me.
like you said.
Those type of dudes that are on the internet now complaining about women not submitting and women not doing this. Those are the same type of dudes before the internet existed. That if we didn't talk to them in public, would throw some shit at us, would hit us, or try to joan us out in
Or
public.
cuss you out. Oh yeah, yeah, I remember niggas like that. Yeah.
So they existed.
Well,
We
fuck you then, bitch.
before the internet. So I don't for me, maybe I pay attention too much, but for me it's this shit always happened. Now
But
it's
you know what? You know
more
what? You got a point. It's different with women because you're the one that's getting hollered at. So
right.
you see how the atmosphere work when a man gets rejected, when a man don't feel confident. So like you said, I'm the dude, I'm doing the hollering. So the atmosphere hasn't it's different for me with doing the hollering. Whereas like you said, you getting hollered at the motherfucker say, fuck you, you gray head bitch. I ain't like you anyway.
Exactly. So it's been a couple of things that we talked about. I don't think you realize you're talking it from an advantage that I don't have. You're talking from it.
I just realized that just now. Go ahead, break that down, explain that.
Um, I'm gonna start. We're gonna go back to the whole when we our very first show was about fighting the kids. When you talk about You know, when we, and I'm gonna tie all this in together. When y'all ask about why women want the drug dealers and the hardest dude, and it doesn't. That's not all it, because it's not a. They don't make up, but about 20% of men that exist. So it's a small number of them. I just like being with the person. If somebody goes, "Oh, don't make her. That's Javon's girl." I grew up in a family. A whole bunch of us like, man, that's the Merrimans, man. It's a whole bunch of them. We like to have that protection, or that
The idea.
the idea of something being big and bad enough for nobody else, that I don't even have to. I don't have to keep myself safe, so to speak. I'm already safe just by somebody else's name, just by knowing that I'm associated with somebody. So it's not so much as is a drug dealer or whatever you were saying. It has nothing to do with it.
Their
If you
names
go
just
all the way
always have
back,
carry weight.
if you go all the way back to Gregorian times, it was smart to fall in love with the biggest, roughest, toughest, most savage dude and make him protect you. That way you had nothing to be scared of. So it's kind of the same thing. It's evolved dysfunctionally, but it's the same thing. A woman is going to choose you over that fat lawyer that's running around with childbearing hips, and he has money. It has nothing to do with what you think it is. It's not about a thug mentality or street mentality or anything. I know who's going to run or who's going to protect me if something really happens. And so we get this whole idea of, like I said, back to the whole high value thing in the who got money. And man, money means absolutely nothing to me when my greatest joy is being in the middle of nowhere with nothing. If you can't rock with me there, wait, I don't give a shit how much money you got. I don't care. So back to the whole why women are expecting this. Take the six figures out of it. We still are all expecting or are generally attracted to the same type of man, which is why we bring polygamy back into those things, because there's a lot of brothers that will push that. And I don't think they realize, if you push polygamy like that, brother, then that means many of you are not needed. I'm still needed. You're not. We're still going to pick that small number of brothers that you're complaining about anyway. Take the ones that are having the babies out. You and your, like we always, even when y'all were talking about the single mother epidemic, you know for yourself that just generally, I know when I go out with a certain type of woman, I know that if I'm with somebody, that's the world considers with societal standards of beauty, if she's light skinned, lighter eyes, straighter hair, longer hair, I'm generally not going to get picked in an environment with her. I know this.
Hey, can I
So
stop
the
you for a
same thing.
second? Can I stop you for a second right
Uh-huh.
there? I want to commend you for making that strong point, because we in the black community know colorism is real. We know it came from our grandma. You're going to get black outside, blah, blah,
Right.
blah. Now, and I'm going to speak on my behalf. When I was growing up, I had a friend. We were best friends. If you saw me, you saw him. If you saw him, his name was CJ and I was JC. And he was a light-skinned guy with green eyes, about 6'4", 6'5". We were both stars on the football team, stars on the basketball team. We was the top niggas in our school. And we was just very popular, right? And, for sports, so we was known around for playing other schools and whatnot. And wherever we would go, I could be talking to a fine girl, right? And if he walked up, she'd kind of smile. He could just take a girl from me so easily. Like, I knew he had first dibs on the girls.
Right.
Like, I literally knew CJ, pretty light-skinned motherfucker with green eyes. We both had the little chin piece in high school, cute. You know what I'm saying? But he had them green eyes. His little hair on his face was kind of... So I didn't have... And good hair. I had no problem knowing that he was top dog over me. Now, when we got older and got to college, light skin faded out. Now we go out, it's reversed. But the point I'm making is, when we talking about high value men and stuff about six figures and wanting this top dog man, Speak on being a darker skinned woman and how I ain't saying you ain't gonna be the one to get picked for that, but those men pick trophies. And what I'm saying is, I think you're very beautiful. I love dark skinned women. However, that ain't what society say. Fuck what I think. The guy with the money, he wants a trophy. Speak on and be real about how you feel. I ain't gonna say you like what you just said. You know that bitch gonna be top dog over you. Speak on that. And why ain't you afraid to admit that? And why on my page and all over my TikTok, dark skinned women are like, that don't mean nothing. That don't mean nothing. I'm like, bitch, you've been complaining all your life about how you've been treated. Now all of a sudden, you go and speak on that for me.
Okay, so they mentioned the exception to the rule when you mention the truth, right? So what I mean when they this just a disclaimer for me. I know again, not all, but that's why I'm here. I'm not the not all. The first trip I took out of this country was a man that flew me, my mom, my sister, and my niece to Jamaica. And I'd never had sex with the man. So when we have these not all conversations, now he wasn't the tallest, most handsome, sexiest, biggest meat man in the room either. So when we talk about the high value in that six, it's an idiot. You said something earlier that's not true. It's a lot of men that a whole lot over, way over 6 feet. They just don't look like what we see on TV. And generally, we know that if they're popular, they're famous, or any of that, then yes, they are generally going to choose a trophy. But what those women are saying to you and myself, there's a lot of men that make that type of money that they're just not that we see in
Yeah, electricians, plumbers,
exactly.
fucking mechanics. These
Exactly.
niggas is getting money. A black mechanic with his own garage, they can charge up to these niggas is getting bread.
Exactly. So that I just wanted to correct you on that because it's a whole lot of dudes that I know that have been making that type of money. So that's nothing. But what you're talking about is that popular brother, that famous brother, that Michael Jordan, that Kobe, that whoever that's getting the lighter bright. We've always known that though. That happened when I went. Now I've experienced that when I went places like even going to Jamaica. I went with my mom and my sister. Not only was the dark skin wasn't a thing, but my mom is a red bone and she's thicker. They like thick women there. So they were choosing my mom over me and looked at me like I had a disease because I'm skinny and dark. Like so it just wasn't I caught it everywhere. But I've been in spaces where men prefer darker women and I focus on that. But if you focus on what the TV is telling you, it'll have you thinking that all brothers they get a little piece of money, they like lighter women, and that's not the case for all of them. It's a case for a lot of them.
Definitely. Hey, let's let the brother Coop. We got a guest tonight, brother Coop. Speak your piece, man. What you think about?
That's cool.
Yeah, it's cool, Queeby.
Hey, Coop. I know this cat.
Oh, what up, fams?
Hey, what's going on? That's why I'm here. She put it in a group chat, so I was watching. I was like, well, I'm gonna go ahead and join in and watch.
Right.
Hey, so I'm enjoying the conversation, and I heard what you said about social media, and I agree with both of y'all. I think like Queeby said, it's been around for a long time. These type of conversations, or this issue. I ain't gonna say conversation, but this issue. But social media has made it different because it's a 24-hour thing. So it's just constantly banging in people's head.
Right.
And I'm a person that looks at it from the middle, where I think that you got the guys talking from one side and you've got the females and also the guys that are actually championing what the female viewpoint. And I think it's actually making it bad for race relationships overall by what both sides are doing.
Right.
Because Like, in the 80s, it was the cracker and it was a lot of money out there. But today is different. I've seen women that that make high six figures saying, "Yeah, if I'm with a man, I'm not going to pay rent." And I'm sitting there like, "Wait a minute, you make almost $1 million a year, and you're worrying about who's paying rent?
Right.
What,
Right.
what about character?" I
Right.
mean, like I even asked. I was sick. I was out at dinner with a group of female friends, and we were having a conversation. I asked. I said, "Okay, so let's say you meet a guy, and the guy makes $70,000 a year, and you're making 350 a year. But this guy is a school teacher that's just passionate about helping kids, and that's what his heart is. And his heart is not going out being an entrepreneur and trying to make 200, $300,000 a year.
Right.
Are you expecting him to carry the majority of the bills? Now, everything character wise checks off all your boxes.
Right.
Only thing is, he's not going to make $1 million.
Right.
And there are women out there that will pass up on that guy.
Right.
But then there's men out there that'll be like, they'll look for the woman that wants the money because they can use the money to control them.
Right. Right.
So I think we're in a, I mean, I don't know if I can cuss, but I'm going to say we're in a real effed up space right now.
Yeah,
Overall.
you good, fam.
Yeah. And I mean, I actually, working where I work at, I actually see it affecting our community as the Black community more than it affects other communities.
Right.
Because I work in the legal field, and I see attorneys that make female attorneys that make close to $1 million, and their husband are exactly that situation where their husband are school teachers at private schools making maybe close to 100,000.
Right.
They're looking. It's like we've got to go deeper.
Right.
And in order to get better, we've got to go deeper.
Right.
So let's let the brother Gabrielle. We got another guest. I don't know if it's Gabrielle or Gabriel. Let's let this brother speak. We can't. I don't know. Is the screen black? Oh, what up, fam? Go ahead.
I'm driving now. I'm in the truck. Man.
Oh, go ahead. Speak on it, bro.
DFW.
Night.
Hey, this is one of my good friends right here. He $100,000 man driving a truck. You know what I mean?
Right.
Appreciate that motivation, Jay, a couple years ago. But man, I think when I was in high school, around that time, middle school, high school, yellow girls was, they was the big thing that everybody want that. But I think it kind of reversed, the closer I got to 30, 25, 30, it kind of reversed. I fell in love with chocolate women. You know what I'm saying? I just love chocolate women. So it kind of reversed for me, but it does still work like that. But I know everybody don't feel like that like I do, but it does kind of work how y'all saying. I didn't really have too much to say. I'm just riding and listening.
Well, I appreciate you, man.
All right. Good night.
Do y'all think that the
man.
fact that it's been monetized is what's keeping the conversation going? Do y'all think the fact that people make a lot of money on their channels talking about it? Do you do you think that's like, because it's like certain things that I know that we gotta be tired of. You know what I'm saying? And then when you speaking on some from an aspect of, it's crazy because we're having a conversation about the same thing, but like we say, our podcast is about solutions. And part of finding a solution is understanding what the problem is. And the problem is men are trying to use money to replace sexual prowess, sexual attractiveness, and having good character. You know what I mean?
And having skills.
Exactly. And our women are trying to say, I will overlook any little skill a man got if he talking 50-50 or he ain't six figures up front. So what we're showing is, like we said, when two people go out into the world off of social media to date each other or to have a conversation in the real world, people are kind of responding with their third mind now. It's like we have a third mind, a social media mind that's kind of in our head, programmed a little bit. Because I know in the real world, I saw this lady out today, and She had on some SpongeBob pajamas, a wife beater. You could see the top of her big old fat ass. The ass was gray, ashy and gray at the top, down the crack. But she had a big old fat ass. She had on some slippers and a bonnet. Now, we know that that's a stereotype outfit, right? We know that that's a stereotype, but she had the motherfucker on. And the first thing my mind said, I swear to God, and I always be honest, I said, man, I fucking these dirty ass black bitches walk around here. And I know that was my social media mind kicked in because you know what I'm saying? I know I don't be thinking about my sisters like that, but my social media mind said, look at this dirty ass black bitch.
You honestly didn't think that before social media? Because Big Mama would say it. Look at her funky ass. She needs somebody to put her funky ass coming out the house like that. Like, social media is the big place where we say it now. Like, I've always heard.
I know, but when everybody's saying this shit, it makes a stereotype. So it just, God, I know I got mad, but I know some of my anger was social media life. I know, I'm just being honest. I know I got mad quicker than I normally would have fucking got mad.
Maybe for you, I feel that way. I don't. There's nothing that I give y'all here that is not. This is me. Now I don't give y'all everything I'm doing, but this is me. This was me before the internet. This was how I was raised. This is how people talk to me. This is how I was listening. Like nothing y'all say surprises me. And so I understand everybody's thoughts because I feel that way on some days. Every way that everybody feels the bougie shit, I feel all of it. So I understand. But no, the internet didn't do that for me, and it don't. Yeah, if I'd have saw that in 1984, my mama, I would have been with my mama. She felt like she knows she her ass being out like that. It would. It's so different. I didn't.
So look, let's carry out the conversation for a second. Let's flip it around for a second. Do you think men have unrealistic expectation of women now? Let me give you an example of what I mean. I was talking to a brother and he was saying how his wife didn't cook every day and she really couldn't cook that good. And you know, she make a little bit more money than him, but they go 50-50 on the bills and she keep the rest of her money, he keep the rest of his money. And I was kind of like, well, you know, not being funny, bro, I ain't trying to say your wife don't have to cook every day, but she's working 8 hours just like you. And I'm pretty sure she's spending more time cleaning the house and with the kids than you. I said, so what about a DoorDash or some Uber or some shit, or can you cook? Do you think men who aren't paying all the bills are delusional, think we supposed, like grandma would make that goddamn sausage and egg in the morning early, biscuits. Do you think men are getting a little delusional, think they supposed to get the 3 hot meals and the woman still having to fucking pay half? Are men getting delusional too?
Yes, definitely.
I think so.
But it's the same again. It's the same ones who were delusional back then. It just happens to be the same ones that y'all that they're now saying, well, they was complaining for 60 years. That was the nigga she was complaining about. It's the same dude. He's not producing nothing, but you still demanding I do everything. You ain't producing nothing, but you want me to do everything. And I'm doing it because I have the choice. I've had those choices. And then you're getting mad at me because I did it better than you could. So now it causes a war, or you feeling insecure. I've noticed that if you can't listen to me, I'm not going to listen to you. If you to something, then it doesn't make sense. People do like this. You don't know how to follow. It works the same with everything else. I said if Chris makes you, but you know Chris is better at some things than you are, and you'll say, well shit, I let Chris handle it because that's submitting or handing over a responsibility that you know you can't do. It's not saying that you're weak or anything, and you're submitting to somebody who's weaker than you. If you can't submit, you can't get submission. It works both ways.
So I give a perfect example. For some reason, mine had dropped out.
I
I
see.
give a perfect example. I on Sundays, I grill Sundays pretty much for the week. You know what I mean? Like
Mm-hmm.
it's summertime.
Mm-hmm.
So my wife is expecting me to grill. It's not like some shit that I could be like, nah, I don't feel like you know what I'm saying? Like she like, motherfucker, this is what I eat Monday through Friday. She loved grilled food. So I'm like, okay, I don't have no problem doing that for her.
Right.
After I grill, I like to clean up on Sundays. As a man, I like to clean up the house on Sundays like my mom and grandma used to do. However, after I clean up, then I go to her like, now I done cleaned up. Now you go put a woman's touch on it and wipe everything down that I missed. Light some candles and shit.
You
You
know,
know, I clean the bathroom. You know, a man's way the best. I mean, I grew up with women, so I know how to clean. But
right.
still, I'm like cleaning up, getting and this done. And then when I'm finished, I literally go to her like, all right, go do what you do. And she can, no matter how tired she is, I'm like, same way I just grilled that shit and
Yeah.
you good. Now I want my house spotless. Now you go over and when she go in, she see shit that I don't see because she a woman. I looked at the front of the deep freezer. It was like, oh shit, I didn't realize that shit was dirty. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But the point I'm making is, back in the day, our grandfathers got like 100% woman for less of price. Like this motherfucker might have worked at a factory making $3 an hour, and he
Right.
got 100% woman who raised his kids, stayed home, and now we want the same thing, but we're not giving grandma. Grandma actually have our women out really have an 8-hour job now.
Right. Right.
Yeah.
Sometimes more.
So
Right.
what's so hard about people don't realize a relationship morphs into something. You
I
don't
think
know who's gonna do what until that shit morph.
Needs
Like the woman could
done.
be doing all the cooking and she get a different job or her hours change. Now daddy gotta pick the kids up from school now. It's like we won't let shit morph. It's like we want to know how it's gonna be. She gonna do this, he gonna do this, I'm gonna pay this, he gonna pay this, da 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 da. We don't
I think
realize that life changes.
I think the
You look
answer is
like you was about to
teamwork.
say something, Coop.
I think the answer is teamwork. People need to learn how to work together as a team instead of being. I think a lot of us have too much of a me mentality, like this, like selfishness. Like, what are you doing for me? Instead, it should be if you're going to be in a relationship, you need to be able to work as a team. Like you said, it may morph. The woman, she's working a job, maybe she's going to school, and now she gets that new degree and she gets a promotion that requires her to do more at work or whatever. And like you said, you got to change up. Now she's got to be at work later, so you need to pick up the kids and start getting dinner ready in the evening on certain nights. Y'all just you got to be a team. But a lot of people they don't understand what being a team is.
The feminine movement says that's emasculating for me to be cooking meals and cleaning up and picking up children. You know that, right? Like
Do you
there,
think it's just too many single motherfuckers who ain't been in a relationship in a
it,
long time
it's not
talking? Because like that brother said that teamwork, he's been in a relationship recently to understand. You know what I'm saying? Like,
exactly. Well, again, it's not only the single people doing it. It's some people that are actually married and miserable as hell. They know damn well, or they just charlatans. Some of these people are charlatans.
Hey,
I
hey, to be honest, I haven't. I've been in little mini relationships, but not real relationships. I'm I'm out here for the streets,
You know
hey,
what?
trying to figure it out.
a lot of us brothers are now, man.
Wait a minute, Javon. Let me say this to you. Coop, I grew up with this dude. Coop is good. I'm gonna call you out, Coop. Coop,
Don't listen to it. It ain't true.
Coop like no bunnies and the Marias, right? And Coop makes more than 6 figures, and he's always made more than 6 figures. That's just Coop, right?
Hey, but look,
Hey,
but
Coop,
look,
let me ask
I
you
told
something. Hey,
I'm not
Coop, Coop.
let me clear the air real quick.
All
I
right.
like them all. I like them all. My daughter's mother is dark skinned. The the female that I'm kind of seeing right now is dark skinned. But I mean, yeah, I do like some red ones. I do like some Latino ones. I mean, I like them all. So
Let me ask you some real shit while I got you on here, all right? Watch this.
uh,
You notice rappers, and a lot of times, even we'll say we want a foreign, even
yeah,
foreign women or foreign cars, right? So peep this,
yeah,
as a black man, having a foreign is something cool about that. Although it takes money out of our country, whatever, whatever. As a black man, now I know myself, and I'm gonna be real. I've had a lot of foreigns because I'm a big, tall mandingo kind of. They just what they like, right?
mhm,
So I feel like I deserve some foreigns. I'm gonna be
mhm.
honest.
What the hell does that even
I
mean?
feel like if I was an average nigga, but if I had bread, I deserve some foreigns. I'm just asking you this, bro, because she said you always been well above six figures. Like, keep it real, keep it funky with me, man.
So I mean,
If you ain't
I
had no
know,
bread, would you holler at a Korean bitch? If you ain't had no bread, would you holler at a foreign?
Oop,
yeah, I
oop,
would.
oop,
Okay,
oop.
okay.
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, to me, it don't. I mean, like I said, I like them all. So, but I mean, it wouldn't matter what I had. But but I mean, I think. Let me see. Let me try to
I just know when we get money, we feel like we deserve. I ain't gonna say better shit, but say for example, if I'm used to just black women and that's all I've ever had, and now I got some money, I'm gonna fucking try some other women because I ain't never had them before. I'm not saying I think we think something is better.
yeah.
I'm just kind of putting out there when a motherfucker gets some money, he think that this could be a better thing on his arm. Like, what was the nigga
But
name? Sid-
you know what it might be? It may be that you get a little bit more money, you start doing different stuff. So when you start doing
yeah.
different stuff and going to different places, you get into different circles and meet different people. And so that changes how it is. That changes what goes on for you.
So when you get a little money, you get in the rooms where them white bitches and them bad foreigners be.
Right.
You get on the yacht. See,
Right.
he tried to spoon
That
talk.
shit
He
too.
said
So
he
you
said when you get on the
you
yacht, it don't be no dark skinned bitches on the yacht.
here's the thing, you saying that you when you get new money. Well, why the hell you get new money and you in new places? Then why you ain't bring somebody? This is the first time you in that place too. Why the hell you could whoever that was that you liked before you had that money? With
Hey, but
Hey, we
sometimes,
want to experience the new shit.
me.
but sometimes you bring them. Sometimes you bring people to them new places. They don't like it, and you like, damn, I like this, and
Listen,
they don't want to go
Mm-hmm.
back.
I
And you
get
like,
that, and I don't care who loves. I'm just fucking with you. I don't care who loves me, who loves. But what just because we jumping all around tonight, and this probably gonna have to be like a part two type of thing. But the passport brothers, it's like a thing of I don't have a problem with you loving who you love, but I have a problem with the dude that says, "Well, the girls wouldn't date me because I didn't have no money." Now he gets some money, and he dates women who wouldn't date him if he didn't have no damn money.
but he really ain't got no
Exactly.
money. He just going
Because
to
he
simple.
feel like you just made my point. You just made my point. Now that he got some money, he think he deserved the woman who wouldn't
Yeah,
date him before.
Yeah,
but
yeah, and okay, but this is what I'm noticing. That might be a different story, but with the passport, bro, that
mhm,
nigga don't want me after he get money. All he wanted to do was get somebody else to throw in my face and go, I got somebody
yeah.
better.
And,
Because if you
and you know
got better,
something?
why the hell are you still talking to me?
I see the
You
passport
still
bro
over
stuff.
in the country
I
picking up
would,
your phone to say, look at her. Not only are you insulting and you're looking stupid, you're making her look dumb because you in
yeah,
another country with
yeah.
her.
Yes, here's the
Talking
difference in
about
this brother right here. He not. It's one thing to pull a woman off your merit. Maybe she might like your watch or your car. You didn't work to get that. But it's one thing for a white woman or foreign woman to look at you off your merit and your talk game and you pull her and then you just saying I'm buying some pussy. That's a big fucking
right.
difference. You know what
Me,
I'm saying?
I could never do the passport bro stuff. I just don't. I wouldn't feel comfortable about it. I don't know. Like, I'm gonna tell you one thing with me. Like, if I go out with a woman and we go out to dinner, one thing I always look to see is maybe not the first time or first two times, but at a point where she just not offer to pay for the meal, but offer to cover the tip.
Or
Because
buy the drinks.
even if I'm gonna say no, it's about the offer, and it's like, okay, all right, so I'm seeing, because I've been out with somewhere, it's like they gonna sit on their hands, and it's like, hey, at least just make the effort. And so, like, to be a passport bro, just a lot of them don't have no money. They just go into a country where their money stretch further, so it looks like they have some money to them people out there that's poor.
Okay,
And
I have a question though. It's just why y'all said that. How many times do you get to say no before I get to sit on my hands? Because I know you're gonna say no. Do I gotta keep offering? Is this a fucking game or not? Like, what are we doing here? Like,
nah,
Now we
nah,
just want to know where your heart at. We
yeah,
just want to know where your heart at.
you don't have to keep saying it. It's about effort. It could be like, okay, if I say no, then it could be, well, all right, you learn that these certain things I like. So when I'm over your house, you always have these there or something like that. Or I remember I actually, once I got into a real relationship, I was like 26, and I was dating a woman that was 9 years older than me. And we were going out on a regular, and she basically sat there and told me, she said, and I mean, to me, this was some grown woman shit that I had never seen, at 26. She said, we're in a relationship now at this point. You can't, when we go out from now on, you've got to go ahead and I've got to pay the tip. And that was what she said. I didn't even say that. She said, I've got to pay the tip. And then, like, I'm a dude that I'll send flowers. She even told me, she said, flowers cost a lot. Just go to the grocery store. She said, I appreciate it. Just go to the grocery store and get some flowers. You don't have to send flowers. And so that was, to me, that was a quality woman. And I got to be
Yeah,
honest, I fucked that one up. But
we just like for them to be considerate. Like, if a woman like you, this is women think men should think like women. Because I've heard women tell me this all the time, and these are the women that I just throw away. You know what I'm saying? If a woman likes a man, she gonna look. If he order this drink or this beer or this or that, when I go to a woman's house, she gonna have a 6-pack of Heineken and some Kettle One. She gonna do that for me.
right.
Now, as a man, men ain't fucking considerate like women. So when I would meet a woman and she would be like, I like turtles. Why didn't you bring turtles over here? I'd be like, bitch, I ain't thinking about your favorite candy. I'm a man. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Right.
y'all think that we should be, because it's not that we don't notice it. You know what I'm saying? It's like, shit, I don't care about that. You know what I'm saying? I'm a man. I'm coming over here to fuck. You understand? Like, have
Y'all,
my licking shit.
I'm
Have my licking shit ready.
about somebody you fucking or
I'm saying, but
with.
that came out the wrong way, but you get the point. How women, like he said, she gonna have, if she don't pay the bill when y'all go out, she gonna have your favorite coffee, or I got them cigars you like. I know you like these rolling papers or something. She might even have a little weed at her house, and she don't normally let you smoke in her house for you once she start really liking you.
Right. Right.
Go ahead, wrap it up, Dimitri, because we try to get out in 1 hour.
I know. Well, so yeah, we talked about a whole lot tonight. We're gonna have a part 2 about this. Wrapping it up, the S.M.A.R responses, the 6-figure man. There's a whole lot of men out here, number one, that do make over 6 figures. They just don't look how you want them to look. They're not as popular as you want them to be. They're not. They don't have that look, that whatever, that 6 feet tall, that big this or whatever. They might be socially awkward or something. Nobody's perfect. You don't have something, you have to deal with somebody. Period.
Yeah.
Anyway, but the 6-figure thing, if I'm and I'm the ladies right now. Men, I always talk. Men already bullshit. And the men who are men, listen. Like I tell Deshaun Moore. I told him the other day. Men like him and you, I stand behind them and go. When other men are around, I'm not worried about anything. You don't have to. And you're the type of men that submit to me. And I want to say this again. You never have to submit as a woman in the kitchen or the bedroom. I don't submit in those 2 places. We gonna eat healthy. We fried food Monday, Tuesday. Come on, man. We're not doing this Thursday, Friday, Saturday. You gotta stay alive. Those are 2 places I fit. But men who are eaters know how to Men who submit or want to submit know how to submit. That 6 figure is some bullshit. Your value is placed on what your need is. My need is somebody who meets what I like to do. And what I like to do is be as close as I can to nature, outside, whatever. So an accountant, somebody with clean hands, soft hands, who can't fit, I don't care how much money. Yeah, if you got to call too many people over here to fix something, fucking that's
So let me say this. Let me say this before we get out of here. My Jerry Springer moment. You just said something that's so real that I look at in my relationship. I've been married 15 years. We've been together 17 years.
Mm-hmm.
You said a man that wants a woman to submit is a man that will submit to a woman. Like
Mm-hmm.
you said, all right, nigga, we ain't gonna get fat. Like
Right.
my wife, 275. If I get to 276, I'll start snoring. Oh no, she's not gonna have it. She's
Listen,
not gonna have it.
listen.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
If I look like I'm starting to get man boobs in the slightest way, she's not gonna have it. Like during COVID, oh, she was like, oh no, motherfucker, let's so. And it's certain things that my wife not gonna have. What people don't understand about reciprocity is, if you see a woman submitting to a man and you say, wow, she submits to that man, you can best believe that man is submitting back to that motherfucking woman. And submit simply means to give. Submit your application. That was so real when you said that if the woman is submitting to the man, he's submitting to her. I got a quick joke before we go out of here. And I said it on my Facebook today. Ladies, if he put that sweet red shit in his beer, he's a keeper. If he put that shit in his beer, I thought about that shit, and then I thought about the guys I know that do that shit. Those are the guys that wear the short sleeve dress shirt with the Argyle sweater with the Kango and the slacks. That motherfucker don't cheat on his wife. We done been to Vegas together. And we like, man, what happens in Vegas stays in Vegas. He like, no, I don't do that, man. Shit. I'm going to get me another Corona and red sweet shit in it, and I'm going back to the room. You know what I'm saying? So, ladies,
right.
You know, I don't lie to y'all. If the nigga come up to you hollering at you and you see that goddamn red glowing in that goddamn beer, you better give him a shot. Hey, I love you. We gonna talk about soon, all right? About the next discussion. Be good.